Gabe and Chewy, morning 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. It's time for the best six.
At the game with my wife, yes or no?
Yeah, I think you can. If it goes the way it did in the first game, yeah, because they'll be beating them so bad, you'll just kind of doze off.
No, they're beating them like that bad. I'm not staying till the end.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
you'll be. What's the point of staying? You know.
No, if I
That's
was
the
younger,
goal.
I'd stay. I mean, there's nothing. Like game one was like a party,
Yeah,
and I was not at the game. Watch it, and it just. I hit the fireball early. My earliest fireball ever. Third inning, fireball on the rocks at home. Game's over.
Yeah,
And in a game in which the other team hit a home run with the first batter, what is everybody thinking? Oh, my God. You're
here we
kidding
go.
me. Here we go. Next thing you know, it's, 9-1.
Yep.
So I wanted to ask you about whether you feel the pressure or what the reality is. But football is so much more intense to me because it's one game. The dynamic of football is that baseball, there's so many games. Like, you can have a bad game like the Cubs did, and you can still win the series. You have a bad game like that in the playoffs, it's over. You have to live with that forever. Imagine if that had been a one-game elimination. What you're thinking if you're the Cubs at 9-1? Like, it's over.
Yeah.
We get
An
7
embarrassing
innings
fashion.
of hell to live with. What?
Yeah, an embarrassing fashion.
Yes.
Too.
Yeah. Now
Like-
it's, all right, they got the first one. Let's go. First one to 3 or first one to 4.
Yeah. I mean, it's that is I guess I understand because they do play so many games that is what makes, I mean, it is what makes, baseball and hockey and basketball, so much different.
You
than
would have
football.
loved 2 out of 3 against the Giants. I'll tell you that. I know that.
Yes, I would have loved
Yes.
that. I would have loved that. That would have been very nice. That would have been very nice. But it is what makes it different, and it does give it that, little bit of excitement. But I think that's why NFL will always be king, because it is a one and done. It gives the underdog the ultimate advantage. It always gives the underdog the ultimate advantage that on any given day they can win, and especially in the playoffs because they're all good teams for the most part, right? I mean, they're all
And
good
even
teams.
if you have to win more games so that the playoffs have expanded, you still can't have that one bad game. You can't have that one bad quarter. You can't have that one bad half.
No, you can't. I mean, you look at it. Say you have a bad quarter in the playoffs. You give up 21 points. It's done. To come back, it is hard to come back in the playoffs. You give up 21, and you don't. I mean, it is tough to do. So, like, even if you're at home, because if you're at home, your crowd's out of it. A lot of people are going to the exit. I mean, it's tough. So, like, while I understand, like, people like, the 4-game series or best out, whatever it is, but that's why NFL will always be top of the mountain, because the one and done is always the most exciting. It's always the most interesting. It keeps people engaged, and And I understand some people. There's going to be times where the 7 seed does get blown out, and with the expanded playoffs, I get it. Right, that's going to happen now from time to time. But for the most part, the playoffs are very exciting. Like, they're very exciting. People love the playoff format. Like, it just is, and it doesn't go on forever, right? Like, it doesn't take months and months and months like a lot of the other sports, right? Like, it's. I mean, you get your games; they're in weeks, and you're rolling, right? Like, it's just you're rolling on, and that's what makes the NFL playoff structure, is what it is. And for players, like you were saying, like it's a nerve-wracking thing. You're the higher seed, man. It's all on the higher seed. It always is on the higher seed. And then I'll always say that when you're the lower seed, you play way more free because you're not supposed to beat them. Like, you're not supposed to beat them.
And the higher seed is out of respect. You earned it. No one gave it to you. You can't say, well, this is no, you've earned it, and you are appropriately held to a standard like the Brewers are right now. You had the best record in baseball.
Yes.
That means something. And you better prove that it means something in the playoffs.
Yes.
Because if not, so what? Right?
Exactly. And obviously, by all means, they go out there game one and look what they did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and they put on a show. So, like, and that's, that's credit to them. And obviously but then they've showed signs of that all year, though.
Yes.
Like, that's how they've played all year. They've played that way, and they've played loose, and they've played fearless the entire season. So, like, what? I don't know why anyone thought anything different in the playoffs, right? Like, they're going to play the exact same way. They're a young team. What in all reality, like, it's almost like we talk about the Packers, but they're so young, like, they don't know any better. Right. Like, but it's different in baseball because they have more opportunities because of the series. Right. They have more opportunities to make it right. Like, they can figure it out. And they've had more games throughout a season to get their formula right. They've had more opportunities to get their formula and how they want to play baseball and what works for them. Right. And they found it. And it's really good. And it's fun to watch. And it's exciting. So,
and it's forever. They have to win 11 games to win the World Series. 11. Think of that.
It's wild.
Think of that.
It is crazy to think about that.
Now,
right?
you get a lot of games to win the 11. You don't have to win 11 in a row, which is what you have to do. You have to win, I don't know, 2, 3, 4.
Yep. Different. If you're the 1 seed, you got to rattle off 3 in a row. If you're
I know what everybody wishes. Everybody wishes, and you wish that everything was like this, other than the risk of being hurt. You want when you're better, you want as many games as possible.
Yeah,
like there's no way they're going to beat us in, 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 5 or 4 out of 7.
Yeah, you feel like if you give us enough, if you make it enough, like the odds are we are going to beat you. So
you have the NBA, you have baseball. On the other hand, you have the NCAA men's basketball and the NFL.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why people love March Madness too. Yeah. Like, that's why March Madness does so well, because it is that one and done, and that's why it makes it so exciting. Like, it's not a knock on the other sports. It's just people get excited about the one and done format. Like, and there's something about it, seeing that the underdog has an actual opportunity, to move on. Like, because in all reality, there's always the outlier in the circumstance, right? That in a series that the underdog goes on and upsets, and a true underdog, right? Like a major underdog goes on and upsets in a series. But for the most part, when a favorite is the favorite in a series, the favorite normally moves on. Normally is the way it goes.
And the more games you have, the more likely that favorite wins. And people don't know, in the NBA, years ago, they had best of 3 in the first round. And then I think it was Houston that upset the Lakers one year with Del Harris. Houston went on, and they said, we can't have that. So
No.
fine. Then they changed it to 3 of 5, and now I think they're all up to 4 of 7. Why? To favor the better team. You don't.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's to make sure that. Well, yeah, I mean, they want their stars and the better teams to get the best crack at it, right? I mean, I get it, right? But that's why the formats that you talked about, the NCAA and the NFL. That's why they get the biggest eyes. That's why they get the most eyes on them, because that's the possibility of what if is always there. It is always there. You watch it to see what could happen, and the NCAA tournament does it more than anybody. It does it more than everybody every single year. The underdog goes in there every single year, and every round they go in there and beat favorites, and it happens every single year, and people love it. And there's a Cinderella that they love. Who is the nun from Chicago? Mother. From Loyola, that everyone, when Loyola was making their run, the nun from Chicago that was part of the Loyola, that everyone fell in love with her, and she was at every game, and it was a good omen. So it was just, that's what it's all about. But I mean, I still think this Brewers team and this story and this series, and again, for me, it's more a Chicago thing, because anyone going against the Cubs, for me, it's fair game. Like, you just got to beat the Cubs. You just got to beat the Cubs. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It's like you just interfere in Wisconsin. You just got to beat Iowa. That's right. You just got to beat Iowa, right? Games this week. Just got to beat Iowa.
Yeah,
there's no really reason to hate Iowa. I mean, all they have are tractors and corn, but you feel like you can't lose to Iowa. Come on.
Oh, they're going to, but it doesn't. It's more for me. I mean, being a White Sox fan, the Cubs, you got to beat the Cubs.
Yes.
You just got to beat the Cubs. Doesn't matter. And obviously
I'm not a Cubs fan, but if I was, you know what I'd say to you? You can win 10 World Series. You're still the White Sox.
Yeah, I get it. I understand. I understand. I get it. I get it.
I know.
I
I never viewed you as a contrarian. I think unless you were born and raised on the south side of Chicago, to root for the White Sox, you're just kind of a contrarian. It's like, to me, like rooting for the Mets over the Yankees. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, my dad was born on the south side.
Yeah, well, that's the total explanation. It's over, done. Pope's born on the south side.
Yeah, exactly.
You got the Pope for the first time.
Exactly.
That's the new T-shirt. Even God can't help the White Sox.
That's, I mean, as of right now, yeah. I mean, it's a train wreck.
No, we had Discount Liquor Twitter poll question. Pebble, what did we put up? Because I'm not sure I know the answer to this question.
So our Discount Liquor Twitter poll question of the day, at the Homer Hour on Twitter, X, at ESPN Milwaukee on Twitter, X. You can find the poll and take the question, see the question and take the poll. Which sport do you believe has the better playoff format, the NFL or the MLB?
I don't know. I think if you really like a sport, you want it as long as possible because you just love all the games, and then it's fair to the best teams. If you're not really that big a fan of a sport, let's go. Let's get it over with. One and done. They're all good games, right? There's no it doesn't. I mean, it's just odd to think a team has won the NBA Finals, I think, and while losing a game by like 40 points and still being the champions. And that
I know, but it's weird to me.
But I'm not sure. I'll have to think about vote. I'm assuming you would vote for football because you played it, but maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, listen, what I think the World Series at the World Series, best of 7, I think to me is exciting. I think that is exciting because, I think, when it comes down to it, and if it's tied going into the final game and both sides have gone through the rotation, and now you get into the scenario where your bullpen is your starters, and that to me is exciting. I think that is great. You're bringing in, I look back when it was, the Yankees and Andy Pettitte would be coming out of the bullpen. It's what is this? Andy Pettitte's coming out of the bullpen. I mean, that to me is very exciting. That's what I really like about the World Series and the type of series, the best of 7 or whatever it may be when the series is tied going into the final game. That to me is fun. That's exciting about that format of it. Teams, it is what it is. Anything to win. Pitchers will do whatever. I mean, it's just all out to get what you need to do. But I'm a one and done guy. Like I like laying it all out there. All the pressure's on both teams. You get one crack at this thing. That's what you get. I mean, you play well or you don't play well. And if you don't play well, you will be eliminated. And then try again next year. And like that to me that's the best scenario. Like that's the best entertainment. That's the best thing to watch. Like it's heartbreak. You could play great. You don't play good the last minute of the game. Heartbroken. Go home. Like that's the way it goes. Like it's and for fans, I get it. It's heartbreaking too. But like that's what's so compelling about like the NFL playoffs is that we've seen it so many times. Great games come down to the final minute. Your team's been playing great all game. Final minute, they lose it in the final minute. And it's gut-wrenching, but it's the way it goes. But that's what makes it great entertainment, great TV, and that's why it's the best drama on TV year after year.
And now, we'll break, and then a question for the Doctor of Football. If I owned a team, an NFL team, I would have a fine of $1 million. Is that possible? Would the union fight that? I'm not even telling you what would cause the fine, but can I, because I want to fine someone $1 million. Is that too high? Or a yearly, or like that could be more than they make in a year.
Yeah. It could be.
And I don't think I can do that. I can't do that, right?
I don't think so. No.
Right. So could I what's the largest, without knowing what it's for, what's the largest that I could do?
I mean you could get guys for like a lot of them's like contract detrimental.
Can
like
I do half a contract?
I don't think that's one that's available right now. I mean, that's not available right now. I mean, you could, but you're saying you're an owner, so you
that's what I want to do. I want the fine to be $1 million, even more if I can. A certain percentage of the. How about that? Is that a percentage of the contract?
Oh boy,
I want to make sure it never happens. Ever. Not maybe. Ever, ever, ever. That is next.
More of the Homer Hour coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Crash on 94 eastbound right about at 70th Street off on the right shoulder. Going to be tightening things up from before Highway 100 past that scene all the way through the stadium interchange. There's also another accident on the ramp from 35th Street to eastbound 94, so keep that one in mind as well. Southbound 43, very heavy from Hampton all the way down through the Marquette down to the KK River crossing. The northbound side is backing up a bit from Fond du Lac Avenue up past North. Tee off at Lake Lawn Resort's Majestic Oaks Golf Course, 18 holes lakeside in Delavan. Whether you're a pro or just starting, it's the perfect course. Book your tee time today at lakelawnresort.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, on and off showers or storms, mostly cloudy, a low of 55. Tomorrow, slight chance for morning showers, then increasing sunshine with a high of 66. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
I do apologize because I firmly believe that if the Cowboys were going to beat Green Bay, it was going to have to be because our offense turned it over and our special teams stunk.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Never, ever did I think we'd give up a 40 burger to a non-CD Lamb team.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Looking to heat up a career in HVAC? Dick & Trough Heating and Cooling in Milwaukee is now hiring HVAC installers and service technicians.
Family owned and operated, Dick & Schroff offers competitive wages, a 401k match, health insurance benefits, and a winning, positive team culture that sets them apart. This is more than a job. It's a chance to grow with a company that truly values its people. Apply now to become their newest team member at dickandschroff.com. Dick & Schroff Heating and Cooling. Come see the difference. Apply at dickandschroff.com.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
The teams are ready to go. The question is, are you ready? HD TVs in every room. Check. Blue and gold flag out front. Check. Grill ready to fire up. Check. Chips, dips, check, and check. Now the real planning begins. A trip to Discount Liquor to complete your Milwaukee baseball party or tailgate. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. Is beer on the menu? We'll set you up with your favorite or recommend something new. We have over 2,000 to choose from. What about liquor? Our variety is unmatched, as is our selection of wine. So if you want it, we've got it. Discount Liquor is your Milwaukee baseball playoff party headquarters. Discount Liquor has everything you need, all at the lowest prices in town. Come see us today at 51st in Oklahoma and Milwaukee, and on Barstow and Main in downtown Waukesha. Open daily 9 to 9 and Sundays 10 to 2.
Discount Liquor.
When you switch to Progressive, you could save bundling your home and auto. Then you could put that money towards some of the surprisingly more expensive things in life.
May I help you? I just wanted to request a late checkout, please.
Of course. That's $30 per hour for up to 4 hours.
Huh. Okay, but if you can offer a late checkout, then that probably means no one is staying in that room. So if it's empty, maybe I can just stay a few extra hours.
Oh, aren't you adorable?
Life costs a lot, so bundle and you could save with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
You're on the list for Macy's Fall VIP Sale. That means you're invited to save big on this season's top designer looks at prices you'll love. Like an extra 30% off Calvin Klein, Steve Madden, Hugo Boss, and more. Plus, get 15% off beauty and fragrance from Estee Lauder, Lancome, and so many others. This only happens a few times a year. Don't miss the Fall VIP Sale. Today, only at Macy's. Savings off regular and already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
This is the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
I want a $1 million. I actually want the fine to be bigger than that. But we'll get to that later. This is the Brian Bulaga Homer Hour. Partner time. Take it away, Doc.
All right, now I'm back. Sorry. Now I'm back. All right.
We missed you.
Yes. I am here for my friends at Surfside. Football season is back, and we're bringing you your tailgate must-have. There's nothing more refreshing than a nice cold Surfside to enjoy while you cheer on your home team. Made with real vodka and real brewed tea, Surfside's only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. Why it's so easy to enjoy? Because there's so many great flavors. Like my favorite, the half tea, half lemonade, peach tea, raspberry lemonade, and so many more. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Ask for it at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
And now for Window Nation. It's a nice one, I think, but, they have a 90% customer satisfaction. What people who've worked with them think is way more important than me. And here's my favorite about Window Nation. They can install in 1 day depending on the size of the job. Yeah, you call Window Nation and tell them, Homer said you could do it today. Well, it depends how many windows it is, but if it's not many, yeah, they can get it done that fast. And given it's October and everything's changing, yeah, I want it done now. And also, this month, buy 2 windows, get 2 for free, plus pay nothing for 2 years. Okay, free windows, 0 payments, and can do it now. Window Nation, proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Visit windownation.com before October 31st to get started. You're not doing it right if you don't go with Window Nation. I want it now. All right. What's the guy's name for the Cardinals? DeMarcado? DeMarcado? The guy who bobbled the ball. He was just going over the end zone. Okay.
Yeah. Imari DeMarcado, yeah.
DeMarcado. That's never happening. Okay? Never. Okay? That's like telling my kids about something you can be perfect. For example, if my kid has a family car and he puts root beer in the gas tank, then that's never happening. This can never happen, ever. So I'm going to find, if I own a team, I want to ask you, I'm finding half your salary, whatever I can, more than that, because for the rest of my life, this is never happening again. Now, I understand, like with Don Beebe, somebody not there, but this is just dropping the ball, and I actually thought that the ball made it to the goal line. Clearly, I'm wrong.
So did I.
And
I thought it made it.
I thought he still had possession. Now, maybe they ruled not. But, Brian Bulaga, I'm hiring you as my consultant, as an owner of an NFL team. This ain't ever happening. I mean, never, 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 never. I'm not even going to worry because my fine is going to be so large. I want to fine them every penny they're going to make the rest of their career. But I know I can't. But what can, and did you ever have a coach do to where this never happens?
Yeah. So, I mean, listen, I would be all in favor to fine them as much as humanly possible, because this is just like, this is getting ridiculous. Like this 2 weeks in a row, and we've seen it in the past, right?
This is like hitting a home run and missing a base. Not, it's just like, all you got to do is touch each base, and I'm cheering, and I miss. But go ahead. I'm trying to figure out how stupid this is compared to other sports and things.
No, this is, I mean, it's ridiculous. Like run through the end zone, like run through the line and hold on to the ball. Like, I mean, it's getting out of hand. Like, I don't understand the pre-celebration of holding the ball up with one hand before. Like, I don't understand it. Maybe it's like, come on, man, you've never scored a touchdown. Well, I did in high school, and I never did that in high school. I can assure you that. I was holding on to it for dear life when I played tight end, and I would score touchdowns in high school. I just don't understand the point of it, right? And now we're seeing it cost teams games, right? It cost Houston, it cost Indianapolis in LA, and now it, costs Arizona that game as well. So like this is getting out of hand. So listen, if the PA, who knows what the PA even does? Like I have no idea what they do. So like I'd be all in favor to fine as much as you could for this. Like, can you do conduct detrimental? Like, I don't know what you can do, because it is conduct detrimental to the team. Like, I mean, this is the epitome of conduct detrimental to the team. Like, doing that, like, that is conduct detrimental to the team. Like, isn't that like the definition of it? Like, dropping the ball?
No, I find the definition of it's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Maybe that's conduct detrimental to the team.
Yeah,
too.
that is conduct detrimental. Like that's like, okay, like get a personal foul. Like, no, it is what it is. But that's like the epitome of conduct detrimental. Dropping the ball when you have a clear touchdown.
And you never thought you would ever think this. Like, you have now said unsportsmanlike conduct, taking a 2x4 to opponent's head that you saw on the sidelines, or like pulling off a wrestling thing, is still nothing compared to this.
No, this is like this is like one of the, especially the guys that score touchdowns, right? Like the running backs, the receivers. Like, this is your guys' like moment. This is your guys. This is what you guys get paid for. This is how you guys make millions of dollars. Like, go get your millions of dollars and cross the end zone with the ball. Like, go get your money. Like, cross the end zone with the ball. Like, I mean, it's like ridiculous. Like, I just don't understand it. Like, I watched the one in Indy, and I was like, this is, I couldn't believe it. And then for back-to-back weeks, it's like an epidemic. I mean, it's unbelievable. Like, it's like, here, it's like that meme, like, hold my beer. Like, you thought that was bad. Like, hold my beer.
I feel like I want to fire someone, because after it happened, I didn't address this, but after it happened the first time, you would think every team would have a meeting.
I'm sure they did.
You do this, and it'll cost you $1 million. And whatever they said, we know with one team didn't work.
No, it did not. Yes. It didn't get through. It didn't get through, or guys just didn't pay attention. Oh, I'll never do that. Oh, I'd never do that. Oh, that's not me. It's not me. I would never. I would never do something like that. And it's just like, you just wonder. You just wonder sometimes. Like, and listen, like, I understand you guys are in the moment, and I don't know I don't know how many touchdowns this guy scored in the NFL before. I have no idea. He's excited.
No, there is no defense. You can't. No, come on, come up with a defense. Unless you bobbled the ball. I mean, you understand that. You lost control of the ball, but no one is trying.
Didn't.
No one's trying to say that.
He did not do that. He did not bobble the ball. He literally dropped it.
We should have a Discount Liquor Twitter poll question. Was this worse than Mark Tauscher's opening pitch?
Ooh.
You got to say yes. Tauscher, this is worse. It's not even close.
Well, yeah, because it didn't cost. I mean, it didn't cost the Brewers a game. I mean, it didn't. I mean,
but in terms of athletic performance, this is worse. Well, except that he didn't.
No, it's not. From an athletic performance, no.
Yeah, he's scored 3 total touchdowns running the football in the NFL and 1 touchdown receiving.
I tried to help Tausch, but you're right. This is more about stupidity. All right, we'll see. So what? You have Rob Domowski on, and I'm open to whatever a team would have to say, which I would be announcing this week. That if you do this, I would fine you half your season salary. That would be what I would do. Or whatever is the maximum that I can.
If they can do it, I don't know. I don't know if they can do it, but I'm all for whatever they can do.
Always makes me feel good when the doctor agrees. Rob Domowski next.
The Homer Hour is back after this on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Still working on this accident. Eastbound 94 right about at 70th Street off on the right shoulder. So careful with that. Delays coming in from before Highway 100 all the way past that point into the stadium interchange to about 35th Street. Southbound 43, a hefty ride from just before Capitol Drive all the way down to the KK River. Northbound is backing up just a little bit right around the Fond du Lac Avenue area up towards North Avenue. And then we've got 41 southbound backing up from the county line to Good Hope and then from Appleton Avenue down to about Capitol Drive. Traffic is brought to you by Comfort Awnings. Extend your outdoor space with a retractable awning or screen like I did with my friends at Comfort Awnings. Custom designed to fit your home. Get your free estimate at comfortawnings.com. And check the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, on and off showers and storms, mostly cloudy, otherwise a low of 55. Tomorrow, slight chance for morning showers, then increasing sunshine, a high of 66. Weather is brought to you by the Pickler, Menominee Falls. Try all 9 indoor courts with unlimited play for 15 days, just $30. Start your trial at thepickler.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Wisconsin sports fans, Brian Balaga here from my friends at Surfside. Football season is back, and we're bringing you your tailgate must-have. There's nothing more refreshing than an ice-cold Surfside to enjoy while you cheer on your home team. Made with real vodka and real brewed tea, Surfside is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Ask for it at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
Are you sick and tired of sad, skimpy, frozen pizzas that lack toppings and flavor? Problem solved. Screamin' Sicilian brings the party to pizza with mountains of whole milk mozzarella, premium meats, and veggies stacked to the sky. No tweaks necessary. Just tons of toppings and amazing flavor. Just bake it, bite it, and let it rip. Mamma mia! Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer section. Screamin' Sicilian. Toppings piled high, screaming loud, always delicious.
Homer for Window Nation. It's October, and if you've got old windows, that means you're back to dealing with chilly air seeping into your home. Eliminate annoying drafts once and for all with Window Nation in Milwaukee. This month, buy 2 windows, get 2 for free, plus pay nothing for 2 years. With the holidays coming up, it's a big deal, and they can do it so quickly. Don't miss out on free windows and 0 payments for 2 years with Window Nation, proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Visit windownation.com before October 31st to get started.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee. Why Z-Bart? Because you don't want rust holes in your expensive vehicle. Let Z-Bart keep the rust away with professional rust protection. Only at Z-Bart.
Well, as the Packers get ready for their Week 6 matchup at Lambeau Field against the Cincinnati Bengals, an exciting addition to Monday's practice. Wide receiver Christian Watson officially practiced for the first time since tearing his ACL last season. That's day one of a 21-day window in which the Packers must activate Watson from the physically unable to perform list. Watson on the confidence he has in his knee.
I mean, honestly, my trust and confidence in the knee is honestly 100%.
Still a question whether or not Watson will make his season debut Sunday at Lambeau Field against the Bengals. Regardless, the Packers listed as 14.5-point favorites.
This has been your Green and Gold Fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee.
Why Z-Bart? Because you have a manly truck that you do manly things with, and you don't want the truck bed getting all beat up. You want Rhino Liner by Z-Bart to keep your truck bed man-proof. So man up and ask for Rhino Liner by Z-Bart.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year.
For over 50 years, Covenant House has been helping youth in crisis. To learn more, go to covenanthouse.org today.
You're listening to the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
It is the Doctor of Football, Brian Bulaga. He gets to introduce Rob Domowski because the Doc is much nicer than I am. And we'll find out what's the largest amount you can fine a player. Take it away, Brian Bulaga.
Rob, good evening. How are you?
I'm great, Brian. How are you?
Good. All right. So we're gonna ask Homer's question right off the gate because we're just gonna get into it. So we've been seeing, guys dropping the ball outside the end zone the last 2 weeks. Obviously, Indy and then Arizona yesterday. So Homer and I have been talking about it, and we think, I agree with Homer that, fines should be fined. Conduct detrimental, in my
Half the
opinion.
salary of the season. I want to make sure, Rob, it never happens again, ever, on my team. I own the team. How high can I go?
Well, you can find someone for, like you said, conduct detrimental to the team, but I believe it has to coincide with a suspension, which then therefore forces you to forfeit game checks or a game check. Although, if I'm not mistaken, a couple of years ago, Jair Alexander was telling us in the locker room that he got fined, I want to say like $10,000 or $15,000 because he stayed outside at halftime to watch some whatever the halftime entertainment was at Detroit one year, and Jair was inactive, but he didn't go back in the locker room. He wanted to watch whoever was performing the concert, and LaFleur fined him for not coming back in the locker room. And I want to say it was like 10 or 15 grand. But I do think there are maximums in the CBA unless you're willing to take a guy's game check, which means he can't play.
Yeah, he's suspended half a season. Or if it's in the second half of the season, you're suspended 8 games, 9 games, whatever.
Yeah.
Can you do that?
Then you lose your weekly. You lose your weekly.
Of course,
paycheck.
yes.
Sure, you can. Yeah. Yep. I'm sure the players' union would probably try to file some sort of grievance against the team, and who knows how that would turn out. But yeah, if you can find someone for conduct detrimental to the team, and just it's essentially a suspension for however many games, and they lose their game check.
There you go, Homer. There's your answer.
All right, I'm good. Back to the cot. Take it away.
All right. So, Rob, what obviously with the news that Watson started his 21-day window, do you think that there's any opportunity for him to play this week, or do you think this is just the opening of the 21-day window and he's just working his way back in?
Yeah, I'd be stunned if he plays. And Brian, you know how the Packers are with these things. He's already ahead of schedule, for most guys. But they're going to make him practice. Elton Jenkins practiced now his was a little different because it was sort of overlap with training camp and the start of the season. But he came back to practice on the year he came back from his ACL. He came back to practice on, I think it was August 22nd. And he did not play in week 1. He did not play till week 2, which is I think September 16th or something that year. So, we're talking about 3 weeks. And I talked to Elton today, and he actually told me, I said, do you remember why you didn't play week 1 that year? And he said, I didn't feel like I was ready. And in hindsight, I probably shouldn't have played week 2, but I was just itching to get out there so much. So he's like, that was his experience with it. Now, Christian Watson trained. I thought this was really interesting. He trained a little bit this offseason with Stephon Diggs because he went down to this guy in Miami who is known for getting the ACL guys back really quickly. And Stephon Diggs came back to practice 270 days after his injury, and the trainer told one of our Patriots reporter that was a historically fast recovery. Well, Christian Watson's practice today was 274 days after his injury. It's only 4 days different than what Stephon Diggs did. So it would seem to tell you that, he would be on a similar path. Now, Stephon Diggs came back for the first practice of training camp, did not practice or did not play at all during the preseason and played week 1. So, we're talking about a guy who still came back historically fast in his doctor's opinion, and he still practiced for 5 weeks in training camp before he played in the game. So I don't think we're looking at that kind of thing, but I would be absolutely 100% stunned if Christian Watson played this week. And even when he does come back, even if it's next week or the week after, I'm sure he'll be on a pretty limited snap count. Like Rashawn Gary told me, he's like, I was on a snap count for a couple weeks. Elton was not. Offensive linemen obviously don't typically, aren't typically snap count guys, so different for different positions. But, Christian Watson didn't do any team today. He just did individual stuff.
Okay. How does the rest of the injury outlook look like for the offensive line? How are those guys? What are you hearing on that?
Yeah, Aaron Banks and Zach Tom both were back in some fashion or capacity today. So, you'd think that's a good sign for having their 5 preferred starting offensive linemen back and ready to go here after the bye. The only 2 guys that didn't practice were Anthony Belton and Devontae Wyatt. Now, the Devontae Wyatt thing is, I think, a little concerning. It's not an IR situation, but LaFleur called it week to week. And when he says that probably means he's not playing this week, right? Like, that's probably not happening. And I think we saw their run defense, suffer quite a bit, against the Cowboys after he went out after, I think, 3 or 4 series. So I think that at this point, that's the only real injury concern. Everybody else was out there today, and it's sort of like a bonus practice today. Your Monday after a bye week practice, they only went for like an hour and 15 minutes.
Okay. And and maybe again, I don't know how strenuous the session was, but can Zach Tom really be that much healed from what we saw him go down in one play against Cleveland a few weeks ago till now?
Yeah, if we're to believe that he didn't make the injury any worse, he just realized that he wasn't good enough to play, then I think, maybe this 2.5 weeks or whatever it's been will allow him to have healed. Now, if he did some worse damage to it, which they claim he did not, but if he did, then I don't see how this is enough time to heal. But if it was just a simple thing of, hey, I just didn't feel right, I think I should shut it down, then maybe. But here's the thing: is he thought he was good enough to play based on what they did in practice, and clearly wasn't. How's he going to know if he's really good enough to play this time? Whenever it is that he comes back.
Yeah, and it's not like Cincinnati doesn't have a pretty good pass rusher over there either. Just so everyone's aware of that too.
Yeah,
he's pretty good himself.
I think he had 2 sacks yesterday. If I was listening to that game on the radio, driving around a little bit, and I thought I remember hearing them say that Hendrickson had two sacks in the game, but maybe I don't have that right.
He did. He played good. Okay. What obviously, they can't come back from the bye week. What did LaFleur have to say this week about offensively? What are they looking to, I guess, get back to? Are they looking to kind of, was he talking about the run game? Did he say anything about kind of establishing that part of the offense coming back from the bye week, or was it kind of just hum-ho, we're back, we got to play better, or was there anything like that?
Interestingly enough, we didn't talk to LaFleur today. He did not. We just had practice in locker room, so we did not get the opportunity to ask him what he discovered about his own team after 4 weeks, which I think will be an interesting question on Wednesday, whether he discovered anything at all or reveals anything at all. But look, I think if it were me looking at it, I would try to get this run game going. I really would. I mean, I think it would help if they have those two offensive linemen that we talked about, Tom and Banks, back. But, like, they need to get back to being able to use play action effectively, and to be able to use play action effectively, you got to have some threat of a run game. So I think if you're them, you got to somehow try to run the ball a little bit more effectively, and I guess force teams to respect that aspect, which they really haven't been able to do on a consistent basis. I do think offensively they were still pretty good against Dallas. I mean, the other thing too is they haven't had a turnover problem per se, but a couple of Jordan Love's turnovers were really costly. And then they've got to create turnovers themselves on the other side of the ball. You realize that, they had 31 takeaways last year, 17 interceptions, and 14 fumble recoveries. And do you know how many takeaways they have through 4 games right now?
I say 2.
That is correct. And one of them was Xavier McKinney's interception, and I use that in sort of air quotes. Right. It was basically a punt.
That's a half. That counts as a half or a quarter.
Yeah. Right. So, and like they talked all training camp about how they're going to punch the ball out. And I don't know if you remember the Ball King. They had, one of their assistant coaches was nicknamed the Ball King because he was talking about takeaways. And
so why do you think it is? I just say they're unlucky, or maybe they're not hitting. What if someone asks you why? What's your answer, Rob?
Yeah, I think you're playing solid defense, but you're not attacking the ball. Like they may have talked about it, but they're not. They're not doing it. So, I mean, it would make things a heck of a lot easier if you could get an easy score off a takeaway.
Yeah, and it was amazing how few points they'd given up with no turnovers. I mean, there's usually to eliminate the points given up, you're getting turnovers, and that is why the other teams.
They're like second in the league in yards allowed.
Yeah.
I think they're second or third against the run. Their numbers are good, but man, if you can get some takeaways, all of a sudden you become dangerous.
They can't lose to the Bengals. How do you describe that, Rob? What words do you use to go to explain how impossible a loss, or how horrible a loss would be? The doctor doesn't like this because he thinks I'm not showing respect for the NFL and how good any team is. Yeah. Penn State learned that in college, but they can't. I mean, I don't know how they can't lose.
No, but it would be catastrophic.
Catastrophic, yes. That's good, Rob. You can go. I'll give that to the. We'll see if the doctor of football agrees with that. Catastrophic. Outstanding, Rob Demoski. Thanks. Fourth quarter next. Catastrophic.
More of the Homer Hour coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The Marquette family is hurting.
2 men's lacrosse student athletes were tragically taken far too soon in an accident that has shaken the entire community.
In the face of unimaginable loss, this team continues to show strength, love, and resilience,
embodying what it truly means to be part of the Marquette family.
Now they need us.
You can support the team through the Men's Lacrosse Excellence Fund, with every dollar going to help them during this time of unprecedented challenge.
Find the link to help pinned to ESPN Milwaukee's Twitter page.
We are Marquette.
Milwaukee, it's officially time for October baseball. The energy is electric, the city is buzzing, and there's no better way to celebrate than with Carbless. Carbless is the ready-to-drink cocktail that keeps fans cheering. No sugar, full of flavor, and always refreshingly delicious. Whether you're tailgating outside the stadium, celebrating downtown, or gathering with friends at home, Carbless is your go-to for every big hit, every clutch play, and every Brewers moment. So crack open a Carbless, raise it high, and toast to October baseball in Milwaukee, because nothing goes better with the big stage in baseball than finding your bliss. Visit drinkcarbless.com and see where Carbless is located nearest to you.
I'm with James Imaging Systems client Preston Clark. He oversees IT services at Creative Business Interiors. Preston, you get the benefit of one-on-one relationships with the James team, like when your sales rep said something unexpected. What did they say?
Hey, this is a little high. You're not printing as much as we thought you were going to print.
Then the James team member had even better news.
Correct. Let's bring that down. Let's make it a little cheaper and still keep you on the same program.
The James Managed Print Services Program. All your document output devices bundled under one invoice that includes service and supplies for one low cost per print. Nice, right, Preston?
Yes, felt great. Felt secure, Don't have to worry about, again, somebody just coming in and selling something and then walking away and never hearing from them again.
James Imaging Systems, AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, and digital transformation. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
This is Eric Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited, letting you know that Siding Unlimited installs Pella windows and doors. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows, our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
UW Credit Union presents the Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org.
This week's UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week is Franklin High School's Josie Johnston. Johnston is a member of the Sabres women's golf team and sealed first-team All-Southeast Conference honors with her first tournament victory this past week. Johnston shot an 86 at Rivermore Golf Club, including 3 birdies to take home first-place honors for the first time in her career. Johnston also played a pivotal role in Franklin's WIAA Regional Championship, shooting a 93 at Brightondale. The Sabres finished 14 strokes ahead of second-place Badger High School to win the regional and will now compete at sectionals with a chance to head to state on the line. Congrats to this week's UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, Franklin High School's Josie Johnston. With your UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, I'm Will Summers.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 5 and 20%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. Visit amfam.com to learn more. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Welcome back to the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
3 Pillar Senior Living Communities. Beautiful setting along the Bark River. 300 acres in Dousman. 300 acres. That's a city. A top-ranked full continuum community. Active adult and independent living, assisted living and memory care, skilled nursing and rehab, incredible wellness programs, long list of activities. No kidding, you got 300 acres. Amazing staff. I've been there. People love it. You know what they like? All the things you can do in 300 acres. Get all the info at 3Pillars. 3pillars.org. Catastrophic. Oh, I don't believe Rob Domowski's ever had a better quote or a better line or a better word. A Packer loss to the Bengals would be catastrophic. All right, let's go to the doctor of football, Brian Bulaga, who has told me before, if you're a new listener, that I don't respect the NFL by talking about games are automatic or you can't lose this one. You do have that opinion, correct?
That you don't respect the NFL?
Or the game, when you say something like that, you're not showing respect for the players or that any NFL team is good enough to win on any Sunday. Not likely, maybe, but don't oversell.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, I think you could, listen, by all means, this game, Green Bay should win this football game.
And it's at home. I want to emphasize that to me is significant.
Yeah, it's at home. Green Bay should win this football game. And the way Cincinnati's been playing, they can't protect the quarterback. Their offensive line's been very bad. They give up a lot of points. They can't run the ball. They
Sir,
do a
what
lot.
do they do well?
I don't know. And that's the thing. Everything tells you that, Green Bay should be fairly comfortable in this game. But I just, I never feel that way about games, and especially the ones that a 14-point favorite. A 14-point favorite, that's just, it's unheard of. I don't like those. I don't like those types of games. You know what I mean? They just seem like cartoonish to me. Those types of money lines and things like that. Well, I do think Green Bay should win this game by double digits. I think it's one that I'm a little cautious about, right? Coming off a bye week.
What? You're a little cautious.
I'm always because, listen, they've played so bad. Not the Green Bay, Cincinnati's played so bad the last few weeks. Eventually, they're gonna not play as bad. Eventually, they're not going to play as bad.
Did you ever play in a sporting event in which you were not a little cautious? Because I have to factor this in. A little cautious.
No, I mean, I always went into every game nervous. Hey, something could, hey, we always got to, whatever, something could happen here. We got to make sure make sure we're ready to go here. That's the way I always looked at every game. So I'm no different now. I don't go into any game Green Bay's going to walk out of here with, beat them by 21.
That's what I'm saying right now. They're going to beat them by 21.
Okay.
And I would say this, if they don't, I have to reevaluate the team because I still think they're good. I still think they can do all the things that I thought they were capable of. But they lose this one, and they're not the team I thought they were.
I don't think that they lose this.
Oh,
I mean, no. I don't think that they lose this game. I don't think that. I'm not saying that. I'm definitely not.
Could
saying,
be closer than you think, and you don't really care because you just got to win.
Yes, I'm just looking for them to get back in the positive here, right? I'm just looking to get back in the positive, and that's winning football games. That's all that matters at this point.
Bucks preseason is next. 8:08 Brewers, Cubs. I'll be there. Will I fall asleep before the game is over?
I think you'll leave before the game's over, before you fall asleep.
Man. Would it be great if they did it again in the second game, just like Toronto did to the Yankees? I want it over after 2. Suspend for half the games. Next show, I want you to tell me what you think is appropriate for what the running back did for DeMercado. What you would do if owner of a team. What your suspension would be if someone did that again. You'll be ready, I'm sure. Next.
94 eastbound from Highway 164 all the way to about Springdale. Then you're back on the brakes from the county line through the Zoo interchange all the way to Hawley Road. After that, it kind of opens up heading